Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday night here. Nets Clippers just ended, so back with another video. If you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, before we get into today's video, Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, links down below. We're almost at 100 members, so it's a fun time. Just kind of talk whenever, talk about whatever you want, talk whenever you want. So it's, Discord. Action-packed day of basketball. We'll talk about Nets Clippers a little later on. I'll probably make a whole Nets video. But the first game I watched was 76ers Raptors, and this game was awesome because the Raptors, first off, now have a better record than the Boston Celtics. They're 16-15. They kind of shut Embiid down. Ben Simmons had a good fourth quarter. Ben Simmons is back. I like Ben Simmons. I love Ben Simmons. I wish the Rockets got Ben Simmons, and it was good to see him have a good game in his return. But the Raptors, Boucher was going off. Van Fleet is just having another incredible season. You guys know I live here in Chicago. Van Fleet was born in Rockford, as they mention all the time, and it's just so great to see him do well. And Siakam's doing well, Powell's doing well. Everybody is contributing, and it's kind of weird. And I don't know if other people would feel this way, but sometimes I feel like the Raptors are better without Kyle Lowry on the floor. I feel like sometimes he holds them back. But then when you get into playoff basketball, it's a whole different story. It's, this is almost irrelevant. But so far this season, I feel like they're almost better when Kyle Lowry is not on the floor. So that's kind of weird, but we'll monitor it. Next up, Atlanta Hawks and Denver Nuggets. This is a pretty entertaining game because going into it, the Hawks were 12-17. They're not having a great season, and their expectations they've been really active in the off season, during the regular season, the last few years. And us Rockets fans on my channel, you guys know we gave away Clint Capella. That was tough. And Atlanta, they squeaked by. They pretty much had control of the entire game. Jokic was not having his best stuff. And Jamal Murray dropped 30 points, but no one could stop Trae Young. I think he was like 4 of 7 from 3. He was very efficient. I'm not too big on Trae Young just because I feel like he's pretty soft, but as far as skill goes, he's insanely talented. He's pretty fun to watch, especially when he's on fire. And yeah, the Atlanta Hawks back to 13-17. The whole Eastern Conference this season, if you ask me, is kind of weird. Like, it's super weird. I feel like when the season started, you had a bunch of just random teams like the Cavs and the Magic, and these guys were like some of the better teams in the East. And now recently, it's just kind of so confusing. The Celtics are getting worse. Finally, the Bucks have started to win. While I make this video, that game is not over. I've kind of been monitoring it because it was an absolute blowout, and now it's back to within 13 points as the fourth quarter is starting out. So tough game for the Nuggets, but their bench is looking good, and we'll see with the Nuggets, man. I think would this move them to 8 in the West, or are they still 7 or 6, something like that? But they definitely have some things to work on. MPJ had an incredible first quarter and was super on fire, and then pretty much was irrelevant the rest of the game. That's kind of been something I've been noticing with MPJ last few games. Major cold stretch, especially shooting the ball. Hopefully you can get through it soon, because Denver Nuggets are a team that should be feared, especially in the playoffs. You don't want to come across Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic. Those are two players that can really, really, really make you not happy. So lastly, let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets and Los Angeles Clippers. It got really close. It got pretty close to the end, but all in all, Brooklyn Nets pretty much dominated most of the game. Their defense looked really good. The thing is this was only the Clippers, I was going to say big three, but it's their big two is like their dynamic duo, Paul George, Kawhi. They have not played many games this whole season. So not taking too much to worry about from the Clippers, but it was a close game. Good to see them in a close game. They just had a nice win against the Utah Jazz. in Paul and Kawhi's return, but wasn't enough to get it done tonight. The Nets look good, man. They won their sixth straight game tonight, and they had a flawless road schedule. I don't think they lost an entire game on their road series. Kevin Durant hasn't played in a minute. James Harden's looking incredible. James Harden, unfortunately, definitely, if you ask me, just my opinion, I say he flopped tonight. I think he flopped. I don't think it was a foul. We'll see. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome of the game all that much, because James Harden was having an incredible game, like he's having an incredible season, like he's having an incredible career. But he definitely flopped, if you ask me. And the Brooklyn Nets, like I just mentioned, their defense it's improving, man. It really is. DeAndre Jordan had a good game tonight. I like what I see from Brooklyn, and I think that they're only going to continue to get better. Obviously, Kevin Durant hasn't even been playing recently, and they are doing just fine. So if you ask me, I would say Brooklyn is the team to fear in the East. I know Philly is technically number one, but as the Raptors shown tonight, Philly's definitely beatable. With the Nets, it's more every single night I am worried because they have so many options. Bruce Brown, I think he got another start tonight. He's doing so well. Bruce Brown is an incredible piece to this team, and I just really like what I've been seeing. I really like what they're doing, and the defensive effort, man, it's really, really been turning around, especially in this win streak. So we'll see what happens later on in the season with the Brooklyn Nets once Kevin Durant comes back. But for right now, man, they look very, very, very good. So with that, we'll end it today. Not watching the Bucks-Kings game because it's tough to watch Kings games, but that's it for today. I'll definitely be streaming the Rockets-Bulls tomorrow if you guys want to tune into that, and I'll see you guys later.